And all, and welcome to the Generic Interview Show. So generic, we're not hosting it on a porn site. Today's guest is the one and only straight edge Roloni Zach. Say hi to the people that you talk to on a daily basis anyway, Zach.
Hey, people.
That is very in-depth. Good stuff right there.
Indeed.
Alright, let's get this YouTube edition of the Generic Interview Show started. What made you decide to return to XWA?
I don't even really know. I was just planning to mess around with Mac during the Royal Rumble a couple weeks ago, I think it was. I don't even remember how long ago that was anymore. We were just messing around, and in the chat box, we were probably the first thing that was really, yeah, it was the first live thing that happened on the site since everybody kind of left.
Mm-hmm.
So we just had fun with it later. Mac was saying how he had a whole GM plan. He wanted to get Sog to do. Sog was like, okay. I made some jokes about, hey, I should be on the GM team too, just because I was in the conversation.
Yeah.
So I was like, and then he made me a GM and I just stayed.
Alright. Does the GM team have any more changes in store?
I'm not really sure. You'd have to ask Sog because he's the only one who really has any power.
That still just sounds hilarious to hear his name.
Yeah, I say Sog, I don't know. And Mac will do whatever he wants until Sog fixes it.
The changes made since your return have had mixed reception. Some people love them, others don't like XWA being changed so much. What do you think you guys can do to please the critics, if anything?
You can't really please the critics. There's always been something wrong in somebody's eyes. Really, a lot of the changes for a long time, Razor's been the main critic, though. And I'm going to take something he said to me and Mac once, saying that you can't please everybody, so you shouldn't try. You should try and please. You shouldn't even try and please people. You should be trying to make the Fed better.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to say, like, that's what we're basically trying to do. We're just trying to make the Fed more efficient. If we were trying to please everybody, we would take out the word limits like I want.
Yeah. Do you see yourself leaving XWA anytime soon?
Short term, I may be going to boot camp over the summer. It really depends on if I get the scholarship I'm aiming for or not. Anytime soon, it would really depend on if the site goes down like it did in November, December when everybody was leaving. Because I only left because all my friends were gone, and I was like, there's no reason to stay.
Yeah. How do you feel about the site? Like, how is it doing as a whole right now?
I think it's doing pretty well right now. It's like there's more all the members are back, and we still get a couple new members every couple of weeks, which is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
You'd think, yeah. So long as Dig doesn't come back and just ban everybody again, I think we'll be good.
Speaking of that, do you believe that when and if he returns, that he'll do something that'll cause the site to become highly inactive again?
What I'm hoping for is that he's not going to assume, and that he doesn't just come in and say, oh, you guys want to get my changes, I'm going to change it all back again. If he does that, I think he'll go dead again.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, hopefully he'll see that this form's doing well without him. And hopefully actually give a successor like maybe Mega to control the site so the site's not completely useless when Dig's not going to be there anymore. That's what I'm hoping he does. But I think he's really going to come back, think that we're screwing the site over or something.
Yeah, it's always the way he thinks.
Yep.
Typing. Can that typing actually be heard in the fucking video?
It might be.
Yeah. Alright, do you believe O.J. Simpson was guilty?
I don't know, and I don't care.
Alright, recently you seem to have actually gotten a little bit upset at one of our members, which is pretty rare for you. That was Carrie, and the topic about people thinking you're giving Kylie special treatment in the E-Fed. Some people have wondered who those complaining were, so who are the ones bitching?
Well, for the record, I was never really mad at Carrie. I just thought her going in there and letting an argument start out. I didn't want Kylie starting it either, but she was defending herself, and Carrie was keeping it going.
Mm-hmm.
And the entire point of the thread was to talk about who was doing it, and Carrie came in there saying she didn't do it, then was in like the next 4 pages.
Yeah, well, like, whether you were actually mad at her or not, it's kind of hard to tell because you never actually, like, respond to people that way, so it's hard to tell.
Yeah, I just kind of was like, you're a fucking idiot, so. I think that's the only reason people would actually listen, though, is like, sometimes people ignore me on that, so I was like, I'll just say that really quick and see if it works.
Yeah, you just add
yeah.
You gotta add fucking to the sentence, and so people know you're serious.
Yeah, it's like the second I started talking seriously, people seem to really take my opinion more seriously.
Yeah.
Because I don't get that serious very often.
Yeah. What do you
As
think?
for
Oh, you're
as for people who were doing it, I never really asked Kylie about that, but she always talked about how some people would bother her.
yeah.
And sometimes I'd see people. I've heard a lot of times people were talking about behind my back.
Mm.
I know BB was one that people kept saying talked behind my back. I'm not gonna say that I know that for
People say
sure,
she
but
talks behind everyone's back, which I wouldn't doubt.
yeah.
Talks to
So
me behind other people's backs.
she's like the prime example. I think even though she's not really fetting right now, she was one of the prime examples back
Well,
when she was.
actually, I think
Like,
she just posted a profile the other day.
I don't see that lasting. It never does.
Yeah, probably not.
She'll probably hear this and just quit again.
Alright, what do you think is the eFed's strongest quality right now? Like, if you had to keep making changes, what's the one thing you should stay as it is?
I like the current format that I was kind of behind, like how we have the separate match threads, like a lot of other feds, including TWF,
Yeah.
have set up. Because I think this looks a little better. I remember a lot of people looked at how XWA had everything in a single thread and just thought, what is this? I remember Jeff, when he thought he was trying to figure out who was running matches and who wasn't.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's one of the things I want to keep no matter how much we change.
Yeah. Alright. With the recent changes to the eFed, some fedders have recently returned. I'm one of them, which is fucking awesome. But yeah, who else would you like to see return?
Dante. No, really. I would like to see some of the CNL guys come back. I guess like I wouldn't say Chili because he's one of the guys that I don't think any long term stay will last
Yeah.
because he just can't get along with most of the members. But I'd like to see some more guys, not just J Halls, like maybe TJ and Ian come on for more long term stays.
No,
I think I saw
right?
it on the other day though. I don't think he's gonna come into the Fed.
As long as we don't get Ilike anymore.
Oh yeah.
It's just
Well, he's banned.
of
From what I heard, he's banned forever. So.
Good. Alright, it was announced recently that there would be a small Rumble type situation thingy happening for a chance at the World Championship. Is your prediction to win this match Japanese?
Takumi, your character is definitely one of my top picks just because of who you are. I mean, you've actually been in matches like this. You've been in the Bloodstained Open, which is not the Angelian Rush, but you know when Rut Sog said each part is going to be before new entrants, 450 words. Mm-hmm. That's almost exactly the same word count you're allowed to have during that match. Yeah. So this for you is, and if I remember you were in one of the earlier entrants the last time they had one of those. So you know how it's like to write multiple of those.
Was it actually, I think, like 3 or 4 Royal Rumbles between two WWF so far?
I think so. I don't know how many you were in. I'm just talking from what I know.
Yeah, I think I was in about 3, I think.
So you know what it's like you know how to write those kind of spots pretty easily.
Yeah.
So you have a bit more experience than a lot of them have in that. I think if Kenyon entered, he would have some more experience too. Because I remember he won one of these. A type of match like this when I had the Royal Rumble style match.
He actually said that he's I think undefeated in those matches. This is why he's not trying it. He doesn't want.
Yeah, because he didn't want to lose to you, Razor, or J Halls, or any of that. Well, speaking of those are my other two top picks. I'm winning it. Though I think J Halls may be the only one that's really gonna do it because I'm not even sure if Razor will have the time to show.
Yeah.
He's tried a lot, but he never really gets to stay.
Mm. Do you yourself have any plans to chase gold next WO?
Not immediately, no. I've already accomplished a lot. I mean, if they put the hardcore title in, I might go for that just for the fun of it. But I've already become a Triple Crown champion, and I've already basically made history at the Intercontinental Championship. Basically holding on to that forever until I left, then vacating that. So I don't really have any major plans. I'd rather just have some fun storylines for a little bit, and then maybe come back later after everybody else has had some chances at it. So.
What do you think about the current Divas division? Will it ever be considered a strong division by any means?
I'm not sure if it ever will be strong because it never really has been. There's always been the one or two people that were dominating throughout the entire division for a long period of time until they either left or somebody else came in that was even better than them. Mm-hmm. Like Ash dominated until it actually had members.
I'm talking about women here.
Then there was Fox. There was Beth Jericho. Then Foxtrot and Melanie. Stacy at one point. Then me, I basically dominated and broke every single record with the women's title and Divas title. Then I left. Actually, no, wait, no, Real made me leave because all the girls were complaining and saying that I was destroying the division.
I remember that.
And now there's not really a division currently. I don't know if there ever will be. I think XWA is the only Fed I know of that has an active women's championship, which says a lot about Feding at the moment. I don't think there are a lot of actual girls Feding.
Let's get a bit more personal now. After being here for however the fuck long you've been here for, who are some of your favorite people you've met? And skip Kylie. No more. None of that love shit. We already know.
Okay, well, there's Kylie, just to annoy you, but I think the first real friend I made on there was Razor because he was actually the reason I stayed to begin with. Cause, the first day I was there, I was kind of getting bored really quickly. I made a profile. And then me and him ended up talking for like 2 or 3 hours after I posted my profile when he was asking me about making me sick and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And even though we fought a while, I still think me and him get along pretty well. Then there's Realum, who's one of the first real friends I've had on the forum for a long time.
I'm trying to think of who that is. Realum.
Realum.
Real.
The guy who doesn't seem to care about anything that happens on the internet.
Realum. Oh, Relum. I pronounce it Relum.
Relum?
I don't know how it's actually supposed to be pronounced, but...
Yeah, I never really think about it. I just say it.
Yeah, it's weird. Okay. It's confused there for a minute.
Then there's, Asian. Because him and I even talk on Skype and Facebook almost daily, so...
Yeah.
A lot of times about Shikara and Ring of Honor. Stuff like that. Sometimes about football and basketball.
Yeah.
There's you, because I talk to you on a daily basis. You're like one of the few people. You're one of the funniest people I've met on the internet, if not the funniest. I really feel like I know you better than some others, even though I don't know you personally. I know you pretty well.
To be fair, I am a hilarious motherfucker.
Yes. Then there's Sam and Bull from back when me and them started the XWA NWO forum gimmick, where we were just messing with people.
Rusev.
Especially, I miss Sam though.
Sam, yeah. He was gay, right? He was one of the gay people? Like, literally gay?
I think he said that, yeah. He almost left the forum during all that crap that Kenyon and a couple others were starting.
Yeah. Alright,
I haven't mentioned yet. I don't think. If I have, I'm sorry to whoever's listening to this. If anybody.
Mm-hmm. Did you see? Yeah. Spike?
Oh, yeah. Before I found out he was a EFED cheater, I was like, he was one of my best friends for a while.
Yeah. Alright, let's take that question and flop it around. Who are some of your least favorite people you've met here?
This should be fun. I can say almost all the divas are probably on that list somewhere for some reason, except Kylie and Jenny.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, Jenny's close to it just because of some really weird stuff that didn't need to happen.
Yeah.
Because I'm not even going to go to the trouble of talking. Okay, so then there's Dead. There are multiple reasons I could go on about why I don't like him.
Pedophile.
Some people, well, there's that, and then there's the whole fact that he kind of acts like he's all high and mighty. Like, think what people say to him are lame or boring or they're unintelligent.
Pretentious pedophile.
Yep. Especially that whole thing he does when he's like yawn when somebody insults him.
He did that to me today.
I know, I saw that. I wanted to say something so badly at the time, but I was like, nah, it wouldn't be worth it. I was like, I could just say, and then I thought about it, I was like, I think I was writing the answers to this at the time, too.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'll just talk about it then. Like, it just seems really stupid when I see that typed in. It's like, you pretend not to care, but you're going through the trouble of typing in yawn.
Yeah.
It seems kind of counterproductive.
I remember Minkaro once posting a picture where he said this is how he imagines Dead in real life, and it showed a guy yelling at his keyboard.
And then there's, finally, I'm not going to go, there's not too many people I really hate on the forum. Then there's Luigi, just because he's so annoying.
He doesn't deserve that name.
I know he doesn't. It's like, he comes on and brags about how great he is, like how he's the best. Then he doesn't show.
Yeah.
Or then then right after not showing, he'll come to me and saying, we still need to do our rematch. I'm like, if you start showing, I'll give you a rematch. Then he no-shows again to make some excuse about being too busy. I'm like, so you're suddenly going to not be busy when I'm facing you. So it just gets annoying over a while, especially when he still says that I was lucky and blah blah blah. I was like, his match wasn't that great either. My match sucked back then, but so did his.
Yeah.